Hi guys, so I know that it's a little late for me to be recording and that there's not as much light, but I hope you guys don't mind just because I don't really have that much makeup on anyway, and this isn't a makeup video. If you all remember, I posted a video that was called My College Breakup Story, and that was over a year ago. That was almost 2 years ago, because I think if I remember correctly, that was November of my freshman year, and I'm about to go into my junior year of college. And I just wanted to update you all what actually happened, because I get so many comments on that video still asking what happened, what happened, what happened, and people tell me their stories and their relationships and what happened with their relationships and all this stuff. And so I just wanted to make a video to tell you guys. So if you have not watched that video, I can link it for you and you guys can go watch that. And it's just a lovely video of me crying, because I ended up crying on camera and all that good stuff. Obviously, I'm not crying right now, so that is good improvement already. So what happens in that video is that my boyfriend breaks up with me, and I am devastated. I literally go into depression, and I've never been that depressed in my life. I did not go to class for a week. I would sit in bed all day, cry, tissues. I would barely even go to get food. It was just that bad. I wouldn't go to the cafeteria or anything. And if I did, I would just get a to-go box, or I would get a sandwich, and then I would bring it back to my room, and I would sleep, watch movies, and cry even more. And it was just really, really awful, and surprisingly, I did not fail any of my classes. I don't know how that happened, but I did not fail any of my classes. And I just was in a state of depression. I didn't know what to do and all that good stuff. The worst that anyone could feel, that was me pretty much. I didn't, when did I end up going back to class? When I did start going back to class, I was really unmotivated because I didn't want to do anything. I felt like I sucked, that I had no purpose in life. So when I got to class, a lot of my professors were worried about me, saying that I wasn't motivated, that there's something wrong, obviously. And what ended up happening at the end of the year is that he started talking to me again, and then I went to go see him, and he said that we might get back together and all this stuff. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but before I left, we had this moment, and then he said I love you before I left, and it was the worst, because we didn't know what we were doing. I just showed up so I could say hey, and we talked, and he was just like, I love you, and he's just like, no wait, I didn't mean that. I still do, just not in that way. And so that broke my heart even more. And then a few nights after that, this is after this video was created on that other channel, after that, when he kept saying that he doesn't know what he's doing yet, he hasn't made up his mind, that was the end of that video, and I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen now. This is now, he ended up saying that he did not want to be with me. So he said that me going to see him where his college was our closure, and that put me even more through depression. But I still kept going to class, so I had to push through that. That was the worst, having to push through that. And we didn't talk for a very long time, and it just sucked. His reasoning was that he felt like he was using me more with friends with benefits than actually a relationship, which he felt really bad about, because he didn't want that to happen to me and all that stuff. And I think it was because his roommates were also kind of doing that with girls also. This strand of hair. Ooh. His roommate had a girl that they would just hang out and have benefits with each other but not be dating. And that's what he wanted. And after dating me for 4 years and then wanting to do that, I was fine because I was in love with him. So I was like, I don't even care. But he said that was not right, and so that he did not want to do that to me. And so all hope was lost after that. More crying and all that good stuff. I eventually got through the school year, and I actually did a few works in class that was based off of that time period of my depression and all that stuff. So it makes me feel good that I got some kind of cool work out of it. And going home for Christmas was was the worst. Because I got home and it's just like I hadn't been home since like I moved to Savannah, Georgia, and so I come back to Charlotte and everything reminds me of here. Like everything, like my house, my street, I would drive past where he used to live. It was just like the worst. And so I just was so depressed during Christmas, and then I went into the emergency room. I did a video on that also around that time period when I was in the emergency room, and I texted him and I was like, I'm in the emergency room, and he's like, I'm really sorry, and I just really wanted his attention, and even being in the emergency room didn't give attention because he was trying to have me break off from him, which that was like the best thing that he could do, was to not talk to me. It was the most hurtful thing ever, him not talking to me, not giving me any attention at all, but it was the best thing because it made me get used to the fact of him not being there. So I would hang out with once after I got out of the emergency room, this was before the emergency room. Sorry, it's all jumbled up in my head, it's been a while. So, before I went to the emergency room, I hung out with my best friend Mallory a lot, and we would go to downtown Charlotte and go clubbing and all this stuff, so I would feel better and meet someone new and whatever, and I ended up meeting Steven then. And Steven, well, it was just really weird how we met, because we met in a club, and he barely remembers the night. And so Steven really helped me through that also, because I had the idea of someone else actually being in my life that was not Kendall. And the thing was with Kendall is that it took me forever to get to the fact that I can be in a different relationship. It took me about 6 months, I think. No, maybe it was 6 months. I met Steven that November, and then February I started dating him, and it was I was very hesitant to say, yes, I want to date you, because of Kendall. So, I dated Steven for a while. I was still under the depression in Kendall mode. When he started dating someone else and I started dating someone else, it was very like emotionally destructive for me, pretty much. I met Steven and started talking to him, and then he met another girl, started dating that other girl, and then when me and Steven became Facebook official, I was like really happy and everything, and then he's like, I love my girlfriend, and that got me really upset, and it was just not okay. I remember I was like being really happy, and then him saying like, oh, I love my new girlfriend, and I'm just like it was just really bad. And then he actually ended up dating the girl for 6 months, giving her a promise ring, which made me even more upset because I dated him for 4 years and I never got any kind of commitment like that. And then, yeah, now they're just, I think they're still together. Actually, I really don't know. So I'm not, I can talk about this now. This is why it's been so long since I made this video, is because I could never talk about it because it upset me so much. So, I'm sorry, it's raining outside, but it's distracting. So, I can actually talk about it now and all this good stuff. So, point of story of Kendall is that I ended up getting over him, and that I started seeing other people. I saw, let's see, how many people did I see? I saw Steven. You guys remember Steven? I actually do not date Steven anymore. The thing with this relationship, okay, the Kendall relationship, it changed me like a person, like I can't even explain. I can deal with things so much better because I got through that. And when I had to break up with my boyfriend that I dated for 1.5 years, we broke up for a while. I don't know if you count that as 1.5 years, if there was a break in between. And I knew I had to do it, and I had the mindset of Kendall. And then Steven was me in the relationship where he went into the depression. And Steven fights to talk to me, and I have to fight him off not to talk to him because it's just really, really bad to attach that on there. So I told Steven that I can't talk to him for a while. And he's like in a state of depression, and I feel like the worst person ever, but it's the best thing I can do, and it sucks. So, I'm kind of seeing, I am pretty much like seeing someone else right now. And it sucks. It is like the worst, especially with like, you know, seeing people's like Facebooks and stuff like that, and knowing what they're up to ever since like you're not with them anymore, and all these things, like things get messy. You delete people, you block people from Facebook, and you're just like, what the hell? And then they go on your Tumblr and Twitter, and you're just like, what the hell are they thinking? What are they doing? Oh, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I really want to know, and all this good stuff. And then you start like regretting things and all that stuff. But anyways, there's no really trick to getting over someone after being in a relationship that long. It's just simply when you go to college and things break off, it's just time. The more distance, the better. It sucks. Keep your mind busy, and just know that if a lot of people have gone through this before, you can too, because it's something that I think like 95% of people, I mean not 95% of people have to go through it, but like that state of depression, it eventually goes away. I can tell you right now, if you see the before and after of these two videos, that's a pretty good explanation. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm still like the same caring person in a relationship. I'm extremely caring. It's like insane, like how much I care for people when I am dating them, which is dangerous, but I can't help it. I'm just that kind of person who gives my all into those kind of things. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Me and Kendall talk from time to time, but it's not that much. I asked him, I was like, hey, we can go to like lunch one day, and he just never responded. So I mean, it's just how it works out sometimes. Yeah, so relationships, I've gone through it. Lots of them. So if you guys have any questions at all, or want advice on something, you can leave them down below. You guys can help each other out. You can message me and I can do my best. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Remember to subscribe to my other channel that I created recently, and there should be a haul video over there in a few days, so that will be fun. And I'm still sick with mono. I know, it sucks. Buddy, the kissing disease, and I'm talking about relationships over here. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, and I will see you guys in a later video. Bye, guys.